What's going on, guys? My name is Kevin Patchouli, and today we are going to be talking about how to build a superhero-like physique for beginners. Now, the number one mistake that I see in the gym when guys are new to working out, new to lifting weights, is they focus way too much on isolation movements. On top of that, they're putting way too much volume in every single body part. Now, when it comes to gaining muscle, especially as a beginner, but this holds true even if you are an advanced lifter, the number one factor of muscle growth is progressive overload. And basically what this means, guys, is gaining muscle is an adaptation to getting stronger. And I think so many guys overlook that in the gym because I see people all the time making this mistake where they're new to the gym, but what are they doing? They're on a body part split. They're doing tons and tons of isolation rather than focusing on the compound movements that are going to give you the most bang for your buck and training stimulus. I also see guys who might have been working out for 6 months, a year, even 2 years, but they come up to me and they're saying, man, I'm not making any gains. I'm not making any progress. I'm not looking in the mirror and seeing results. And because of that, they start to lose motivation. They stop wanting to go to the gym. And what we're going to talk about today, guys, is how we can avoid that, how we can continue to make progress, how we can bust through plateaus in the most efficient way to gain muscle. And guys, once you couple making tremendous muscle gain in the gym with having a low body fat percentage, you are going to look fantastic. So guys, about 7-8 years ago when I was around 16 years old, I had been working out already now for 2 years. And I'd already hit a plateau. And I had made some good gains in the beginning, but I stopped making those gains. And the reason why is because I wasn't focused on making strength gains. I was more focused on just getting to the gym, hitting that body part, getting the reps in, getting a good pump. I'd go to the gym 5, 6, even 7 days a week in high school, and I was really taking the wrong approach. I was killing myself. I was eating clean, but I wasn't as lean as I wanted to be, and on top of that, I wasn't seeing the progress. Here are the 5 exercises that you need to start focusing on in order to start making progress in the gym, in order to start getting those gains. Number 1, and by far the most important, weighted pull-ups. If you can't do weighted pull-ups, do body weight. If you can't do body weight, use a band or use an assist machine. Pull-ups are essential to building a wide back. I think so many guys overlook this. Now, the only back exercise that I actually do for the upper back is weighted pull-ups. I do deadlifts, but I'm not in the gym doing a ton of lat pull downs. I'm not in the gym doing one-arm rows. And the reason why is because you simply don't need that much volume to build a body part. The only thing that matters is that that body part is getting stronger. And as long as you are getting stronger, then you are gaining muscle. Number 2, guys, is the overhead press, aka the press. Now, the overhead press is an extremely important exercise to build up your shoulders. A lot of guys, especially as naturals, have a difficult time developing their shoulders. And the reason for that is because their overhead standing press isn't strong. Guys come to me all the time, they're like, man, I'm killing my shoulders. I'm doing all this volume. I'm doing all these isolation movements. I'm doing tons of lateral raises. I'm like, okay, well, what's your overhead press? And they're like, oh, I'm doing like 135 for 2. Guys, build up your overhead press to the point where you can press your body weight over your head and your shoulders are gonna look fantastic. Keep in mind that we're not trying to look like jacked up, roided up bodybuilders. We're trying to develop a physique that is aesthetic, is appealing to the eye, but not only that, a physique that can perform, a physique that has endurance, a physique that's functional, and a physique that you can apply to every single day life and see the benefit to doing that. We don't want to be out of breath when we walk up a flight of stairs. We want to be able to perform, whether that be on the playing field or just in everyday life. And the reason why the overhead press is so important is because any time that you're doing a pressing movement while standing up, you're going to be engaging your core. You're going to be engaging all the muscles in your body just to stabilize that movement. So anytime that you're doing a standing press, it's much, much more effective than when you're sitting down and doing it. We have to get away from this traditional bodybuilding that we see in the magazines or on YouTube. We have to start focusing on getting strong and going back to the basics. Guys, that's all you need to get the body that you want. Number 3, guys, is going to be the incline bench press. Now, I'm also going to throw the flat bench press in there as well. It's really up to you which one that you want to do. I do prefer the incline bench press as it develops your upper chest. I think that's a more appealing physique. We want to stay away from overdeveloping our lower chest because, you're going to look like you have some man titties. We want to develop a plate of armor. We want to develop hard, dense-looking chests in order to optimize our appeal, optimize our aesthetics. Now, really, this ties back into every other movement that I've talked about. When guys struggle to gain any size in their chest, it's because they're not getting stronger. Guys will say, man, I'm doing all this isolation. I'm doing tons and tons of flies. Guys, you do not build your chest through doing flies. You build your chest by getting strong on either the flat bench press or the incline bench press. If you increase either of those movements by 50 or 100 pounds, your chest is going to look phenomenal. Now, like I said, you couple that with a low body fat, and you're going to look like you have a plate of armor. Number 4, guys, is going to be the barbell squat. You know, this is probably the most important exercise. I know I said that pull-ups were, but in the reality of things, when it comes down to things like athleticism, overall performance, and overall strength development throughout your entire body, and hypertrophy, really squatting is probably the most important thing you can do. When it comes to squatting, you want to be doing it in a barbell. You want to be doing it in a power rack. You don't want to be doing Smith machine squats. So if you're doing them at Planet Fitness, you better find a new gym. The reason for that is because anytime you're doing a movement in the Smith machine, the natural bar path is going to be disrupted. You're going to be taking out all the stabilizing factors and components that go into that movement, and it's really just going to decrease the overall benefit that that movement is going to provide for your body. On top of a decreased training stimulus, guys, it's also going to put you in an unnatural movement due to disrupting a natural bar path, and what's going to lead from that is just an increased injury tendency. Now, the whole point of us training like this, yeah, we are training heavy, but we're going to be training intelligently, so we don't want to be getting injured. The whole point of this is to stay injury-free, to build our body, to build the best versions of ourselves so we can be more effective in the real world, or if you're a high school student or a college athlete, so you can be more effective on the playing field. And last but not least is going to be the deadlift. Now, when it comes to deadlifting, you want to be lifting heavy, but you want to make sure your form's down, because if your form isn't tight, if your form isn't compact, you're running a high risk of injury. Now, I will come out with future videos, guys, about how you should format all of these different exercises, whether it be, how you should program the rep ranges to gain the most strength, or, what days during the week you should be doing each exercise. Now, my training philosophy, guys, is about 3 hours in the gym per week. So I do take a minimalist approach. And like I said before, the reason for doing that is because you don't need a lot of volume to gain muscle. There's no reason why you have to be going to the gym every single day to be getting the maximum benefit. There's no reason why you have to be eating 6-7 times a day out of Tupperware. Training and weightlifting should only enhance your life. It should only make you happier. And if you are devoting too much effort and too much time into the gym, it's just going to take away from your life. So the whole point of Prodigy Strength Camp, guys, is to find a way that we can become the strongest versions of ourselves, not only in the gym, but outside of the gym as well. So if you take these philosophies and you start applying them to your life, I promise you, you will be happy. So guys, make sure you subscribe. I'll be back with much more content soon to come. My name is Kevin Patchouli, and we're signing out.